We are today looking at the big 5 boosters of your career. And I believe that every career person, every person who is also in business, this shall be a great help, even unto all. And I want to say that when you start off your career, there are so many things that are not clear. I believe that we are so much influenced by our parents, our environments, and even our teachers, our bigger brothers, and all that. But when one settles for her career, one settles for what you are passionate about, there is now the need to boost it further. Number one booster, according to me, is the aspect of learning the art of listening. I usually put it like argue less, listen more. Listening extracts useful information from the person that you're listening, and then you have an opportunity to interpret it in the right way. And while you give a feedback, while you speak back, you will have used the message that is coming from this other person, well synthesized, and now put in your own perspective. Many people argue so much about their career lives. When you are corrected, you want to argue out your case. It is more important at such a point as that somebody challenges something that you're doing in your career in the long way. Do not argue. Listen. Go back to yourself. Listen to yourself as well. And then you will be in a position to respond positively. Because more often than not, the people who will tell you what you're not doing well in your career, they are actually having the best interest at heart for you. Mainly your supervisors. Listen more, argue less. When you argue, you destabilize your emotional intelligence. You give yourself an opportunity not to express your intellect as far as your emotions are concerned, but you trigger anger, you trigger dissension, you trigger that fight back, you trigger something that will not be beneficial to you, as it would be if you listened and you asked yourself a few questions, and by the time that you're responding, it will be fitting to lift and to promote you to the next level of performing what you may not have been performing very well. The other career booster is the aspect of skilling up. Skilling up brings in the aspect of what did you learn and what do you need to uplift that which you learned and you have maybe learned over the time that you have been in that job. Skilling up will call for certification. Certification will call for association with industry members. And out of the industry members' meetings, trainings, for example, we may talk about the Institute of Human Resource Management and being a certified HR professional. We can talk about ISPAC and being a certified public accountant, just to mention a few. These bodies and these associations, they create a network. They create a reservoir of knowledge. They create current information in the industry. And while you do your work as a career person with the current information in the industry, credibility goes up. you can be trusted with as an assignment that may be a bit of a challenge. And because you are known to be very current, you're known to have wide network, you can be trusted for a greater assignment. That is how promotion comes in. That is how delegation comes in from your supervisors. But if you remain as old school, you don't want to advance, you don't want to upskill, then it will be very hard for you to be delegated to, for you to promoted, or for you even to be given an assignment that is extra from what you have been doing. The other thing that is very important as far as career boosting is concerned is the aspect of just looking at how the environment is and knowing what is the problem that you're going to solve. Because I can tell you, in the career world, we look more of problem solvers, and many people are problem creators. People want to negotiate their way out. They want to do it in the long way. They want to take shortcuts. They want to earn what they have not. They want to benefit from what they have not invested in. And therefore, the aspect of sacrifice is very important. It is important that you know nothing will come without an extra effort being made. Yes, it is good that your letter of appointment talks about 8 to 5. It is important to know that what you're made to do between 8 and 5 is to sustain your job. But what you will do as an extra work, whatever we may call the principle of the extra mile, that is what will bring you to more visibility. This is what you tell your boss that you can sacrifice. This is what you show that you can actually go further than where you have been instructed to go for the sake of your career and the growth thereof. I want to give an example of when I became a credit officer and I was very new. But I remember my boss used to delegate things that were very hard. In fact, I had to go and do a lot of research for me to be able to do that. And these were the assessing appraisal for big loans. There were tables to be done. There were analysis. There were a lot of narratives to be done. And I could ask myself, I'm just a new person. Why is he delegating to me other than to the people that are older than me in that area? And I remember, like after some time, an opportunity came. An opportunity was the area manager was promoted to another level, and my branch manager was promoted to take over the position of the area manager. And let me just surprise everyone. I am the one who was now selected to be the branch manager to take over from my boss. And when I asked him why it has to happen like that, he said, you have been accommodating what has been rejected by many. What was termed like a punishment by many, you took it as a point of learning. And from there, I have never gone back. I have continually known the minute that you sacrifice, the minute that you go that extra mile, it is not for the sake of your boss, it is for your own sake. It boosts your career. I want also to talk about the aspect of speaking versus talking. Believe that you may ask, what is the difference? When you speak, you convey information. When you talk, you engage in a speech. And therefore, it is important to know, as one who would like to boost her or his own career, learn the art of speaking more than talking. Talking may bring up issues that are very casual, that are very unprofessional, that are not organized, that are not consolidated. They may not take any particular direction. But when you speak as a career person, you convey information. You bring value to the talk. You bring value to the conversation. And therefore, career is boosted by more of conveying information. You bring an updated data. You bring updated information. You bring a well-organized information into play as far as the work is concerned. But the minute that you just open your mouth and talk, more often than not, you will not speak something that will add value to the team that you are either leading or the team that you are a team player or a team member in. So it is very important that you learn to listen more than to argue, so that you can put together information that can help you speak value, adding to what others are having. It is also good not to be very quick to be the first person to volunteer your information, because there is a lot that you gather when others first of all speak. But the default mode of a person as a human being is you want to be heard first. You want your point to be taken first. You want everyone to hear what you have. You want to volunteer your information first. It is important to take time as a career person. Take time to listen to all the others. If possible, be the last one to speak, unless it is arranged otherwise, so that all what other people will have said, you will have an opportunity to put weight on them and to put yours in a more organized way. And when you learn to listen to others first and you speak about your own idea, it is taken like the closure of the matter. Why? Because it will be very weighty and it will have made people to long to hear what you want to say. So as you want to boost your career, learn to speak more and talk less. This is my view on this, that if you want to put your career on the limelight, it is important to consider other people's opinions. It is important to consider that what you know is known by somebody else, but what that other person knows may not be known to you. When you give it that perspective, you have an opportunity to listen to others and put those ideas together and quickly come up with a perspective, with a school of thought that could be so unique and so well put, and to bring the difference that is required into the conversation. I want to say that career boosting is not easy, because there are many people who will pull you down. There are many people who would like you to be down. But one thing I have learned to give a deaf ear. I have learned to pray silent and to pray absent all those that may be people who will pull me down. I pray them absent. How? I simply assume they don't exist. I simply say that whatever they may want to accomplish in my life to bring me down is already late. Why? I have set my goals. Why? I have put my plans in place. Why? I have learned the principle of walking, even alone, bearing the absence of all of them, even when they are all there. Why? Because if you pray them present, you will give your heart an opportunity to bring in their negative energy, to bring in their negative feelings. And definitely as a human being, you will feel bad about it. Learn to pray. Your detractors, delayers, absent. Pray them absent. Move on. Even when they are so determined to bring you down, move on with your goals. Strictly observe the principle of goal setting and planning. And of course, you cannot be an island. It is important that you also know where do they play a part in your work and where do they need to be prayed absent, even as you continue even to work together. The environment is created by you yourself. Environment to grow your career is actually all dependent on you. So it depends on how much do you want to upscale, how much do you want to speak other than to talk, how much do you want to listen other than to argue. What is this energy that you put into your team that can make them quickly resort to you, even to overhelp? And remember, as you overhelp to others, you are actually already putting yourself in a position of being very productive, and your career is bound to be promoted. Career is an interesting journey. Career life is a personalized journey. You have to be deliberate, you have to personalize it, and you have to ignore the distractions that may be there. It is not without challenges that you boost your career. It will go through so much. You will meet so many obstacles, but you can still grow in the direction that you so desire. What is your passion? What is your target? What is your dream?